Civil, and today we are talking Loki, episode 1. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Webmaster Cool from Master Geek Media. I talk all sorts of geek media too, from the comic books, to the animes, to the sci-fis, and all of that good stuff. So if that sounds appealing to you, please feel free to tickle that subscribe button and that bell button so you never miss a video. Alright, Loki is here, yes! And this opening was actually pretty insane. So, we pretty much get a recap of what happened in Avengers Endgame and all of that stuff with Loki in particular, that particular part of Loki story and everything. And it was fun to see that again. It was fun to see Robert Downey Jr. and it was fun to see Chris Evans again and then the Captain America costume and all of that cool stuff. And yo, the way this actually opens up when we start getting into the newer stuff, Loki gets mollywopped. They hit Loki with the Street Fighter KO. Like, as soon as I saw what happened to him, I'm not gonna say how it happened or what happened, but as soon as you see what happens to him, I just had the Street Fighter announcer from Street Fighter 4 in the back of my head going, KO! We also get reminded of how trash Odin is, or Odin was as a dad. Like, we get reminded of how trash Odin was. Like, geez, Odin was a trash father. I'm sorry. If Odin is your favorite, no, Odin sucks. Like, you see what happens to Thor in Thor 1? That doesn't happen because of Odin. Yeah, sure, Odin sends him to Earth, but what's this? Thor doesn't change until he runs into Jane and crew. Oh, I forget it. Is it Jane? I forget the woman's name. The person Natalie Portman was playing. I forget her name, but she's back for Thor number 4. So there you go. But the point being is that what happens to Thor and what makes Thor a superhero is not Odin. Like, this is the dude that is determining who is worthy of the hammer or not. Make it make sense. Like, I'm not saying that Loki is not responsible for the things that Loki did, because I'm gonna get to that in just a second, but I am saying that Loki's upbringing alongside Thor's it was terrible. It was horrible. Like, it's a miracle that Thor is who he is in any capacity. And that's probably due to Frigga being a dope-ass mom, I guess. Because, yeah, man, like, we also get to see, we also get a rundown of what happened with Loki in the past movies and all of that stuff. And we get reminded of how evil Loki was. Like, this dude became a fan favorite for some reason, but everybody just forgets the scene that I'm playing right now, where he's taking the dude's eye out or whatever, or when he's blowing up the city blocks. But yeah, we get a rundown of how Loki was and all of that stuff and everything, and it's just like, yeah, this dude was bad. Like, again, I attribute a lot of that to Odin's nonsense, but at the same time, Loki, you still trash for that, what you did in New York. Like, that was still unnecessary, and like, why? Like, seriously, why? Speaking of why, in this episode, Loki gets analyzed, and I gotta say, Agent Mobius is a gangster. Agent Mobius is just looking at Loki, and he's just like, man, you really think you something, huh? You really think you special, Loki? Like, you really think that the entire universe revolves around, boy, you have no idea. Like, Agent Mobius and Loki, Agent Mobius breaks down Loki in such a nice and finessed way that if anybody was paying attention, they would see it. But Agent Mobius, he just, with that Owen Wilson swagger, he just, it was so good. I enjoyed every moment of that. Like, Agent Mobius and Loki, their chemistry in this show, it's fantastic. I just loved every second of that. The TVA is insane. The TVA is one of the most insane fictional places I've ever seen. Like, there's so much going on at the TVA, it is ridiculous. And, like, they pull a power move. On Loki that I was just like, oh. And it's not even like it's one of the guards. It's not even somebody that's a combatant. It's a desk jockey. It's a desk dude. A dude behind the desk. And he pulls a power move on Loki where I was just like, yo. Like that's the savage part. Like there's this whole dramatic sequence, and you're wondering why nobody is raising alarms and sounding noises and everything, and like everybody's supposed to be in a panic. Like it's supposed to be like this is supposed to be very very panicky. You know what I'm saying? But no, everybody's calm, cool, collected. Loki's trying to do his regular Loki thing, and this desk jockey just shut it down, and he shut it down without even intending to shut it down. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm enjoying seeing Loki get bullied. It's part of the reason why I actually like Ragnarok quite a lot. We also see that Loki does have a heart and he does have emotions, and he is like there's a lot more to him than just the death and destruction and the cackling hee ha 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 ha, which I mean you've gotten throughout the movies. Like you get to see that between Thor and Loki, like Loki is a guy who did bad stuff, but the reason why he did it, it's not like it's a, you know, with most of the Marvel villains, I know that they get a lot of flack for being, you know, cackly boo ha 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 outside of like, you know, your Thanos and your Killmonger and all of that stuff. But like the reason why I think Loki caught on is because there is more to him than just that. And the reason why he's doing that, it's kind of he didn't deal with his past trauma, thanks given to him by Odin. Yes, I'm not letting Odin off the hook. But like, yeah, I think, and that's led to a lot of the reasons why he's done the things that he's done and all of that stuff. And I mean, like the whole New York takeover, the reason why he wanted to do that in the first place was because he was never going to rule Asgard. Because as long as Thor was there, who was the true Odin son, they were never gonna let Laufey's son rule. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, things like that. I think you get to you get a scene with him where you get to see that on his, and Tom Hiddleston was acting his ass off in that particular scene. So I was just like, alright man. Like for a person who said they will quit, I don't know. Is Tom Hiddleston quitting Loki, or is he stopping to play the character? I don't know, because I thought that at the end of Endgame, like that was it. Loki's done. We ain't seeing Loki no more. Now we get the whole TV show. Like I'm just, if somebody could let me know in the comment section down below what's the situation with Tom Hiddleston playing Loki. I'm curious. And then yeah, we get to see Loki be a little bit childish. Like it was so childish. It was so childish what he does. Like because you know the TVA people are handling him, and there's this one TVA agent that is just under his skin, and I enjoyed her a lot. I mean, you see her in the trailer when she's handling him, but I'm not gonna say exactly what happens. But Loki gets her back, and I shouldn't have laughed, but I did. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Loki episode 1. This was a very very strong opening. A lot of these shows have strong openings. Like I can see these being a recurring thing, but I can also see them also being like one-shot seasons, which is, I mean, either way they work out pretty well and all of that stuff. But like unlike a lot of the other properties, because you know your WandaVision and your Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like those lead on to future properties. Those particular properties are going to continue in some form or the other, whether it gets a season 2 or it gets a movie follow-up. So those are, which is actually crazy now that I think about it. Like this Marvel machine is actually pretty nuts. But Loki is, the thing is, I thought the character was getting discontinued, but since Thor is getting continued, will that lead into that and everything? Because I know we got female Thor coming up, which is going to cause all sorts of controversies and all sorts of wonderful stuff and everything. But the point is that I didn't see this continuing. But here we are. We got a Loki, and we got a season 1. So I'm curious to know what the future of Loki actually is. So what do you think, my Seville? Let me know in the comment section down below. Talk to your boy. And if you're at this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for getting to this point in the video. You are spectacular. And if you really like this video, I got another one up here. I got a playlist down there, and I got an icon you can click on to subscribe. Remember to hit that like and that share if you do subscribe, and that bell if you do subscribe. I almost forgot about that. And I'll see you all in another video, because my man's gotta be out. Peace.